1973, Steamboat Springs, Colorado. At the National Championships of the freestyle skiing circuit, Peter Hershorn suddenly finds his life frozen.
When I first broke my back and they told me I wasn't going to be able to walk again, I just told them that's their story. That's not my story.
Although he was paralyzed from the waist down, Peter never gave up his competitive spirit. Among the new sports he's tried so far, kayaking is especially demanding. For instruction, Peter went to a pair of whitewater experts, Kurt Baker and Cully Erdman.
When he really jumped into this sport, he skipped to intermediate level. He went right from the basics into the Grand Canyon on a level way above his head for the amount of time he spent in the boat.
He's got the determination, pig-headedness sometimes I call it, to just keep on going and keep on driving, and it's trying at times, but he never gives up.
I was in the hospital for 4 months. When I got out of the hospital, I was supposed to go into therapy for about another 4 to 6 months, but I finished therapy in 4 days and went to Europe for 4 months. I just left the hospital and said, you know, just because I broke my back, it's not going to change my whole way of life. And moved on to different things. Before I was skiing and riding motorbikes, and now I'm kayaking and racing sailboats.
Your seatbelt, huh?
That's what's fixing the boat was the real problem. I decided I wanted a complete backrest, like a bucket seat. I think a really tight-fitting, complete contoured seat really makes a difference. It's like in skiing, when you have a tight-fitting ski boot, as soon as you transmit energy, it responds to the ski. And a kayak is an extension of your body. And when you're paralyzed and can't use your legs, if it's really tight, wrapped around your seat, every time you move a little bit, the boat moves. And that makes a whole lot of difference. The first 3 weeks when I was kayaking, I did not have that. I would turn over and get ripped right out of the boat by the currents.
Peter has developed a safety belt that holds him in, but allows him to get out quickly in the event of trouble. And also his own unique warm-up routine.
Kayaking is a constant rush. You're always doing something. There's always danger or the possibility of danger and excitement and emotion.
Without the ability to scout rapids in advance, his whitewater rides are always full of surprises.
When you're kayaking with other people and they're better than you and they're going into different things, you always look to be better, so you always follow where they go. Try and do the same things they're doing. I have to have a lot of faith in Kurt and Cully that when they said follow me, I go follow them and I know I'll be all right.
Anytime a regular kayaker will come up to a rapid, he'll get out and look at the thing, especially the big ones. Peter comes into these blind, and it's always exciting to watch him because he always takes the exciting line.
For someone who's paralyzed, they really have to learn how to roll before they learn how to kayak, whereas usually it's the opposite. Once you know that if you turn over, you can roll it up right away, you have the confidence to try what the instructor's trying to teach you. And because when you're first learning, you don't have the balance that people who aren't paralyzed have, it really is helpful not to have to come out of the boat and swim every time you turn over.
Because of the lack of leverage in his lower body, Peter's had to make adjustments to the normal kayaking techniques in order to maintain balance.
Just because I broke my back doesn't mean I want to have to be confined to a wheelchair. Most of the time I'm either sailing, diving, kayaking. I hate sitting in a wheelchair. It's a hassle. I've done some gliding, and possibly when I have some more time, get into doing a little horseback riding. Other than that, I'm just basically into sports that I can do by myself.
Peter's among thousands of paralyzed athletes in the world who have taken up water sports. In the catamaran, Peter's on equal terms with those who can use their legs. Needing only his strong upper body, he's in control. So much so that he's already sailed in national competition.
Everybody's an individual and everyone's different. Whether they're paralyzed or they're not, there's a lot of Americans sitting around every weekend.
Call it courage, call it willpower, call it arrogance. In the face of physical limitations, whatever its name, he has demonstrated something all of us are inspired by whenever we see it.